Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Are you able to see the screen?
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Irfan.
So, so in this session, we cover like these are the concepts like introduction of the Power BI and uh, some of the data transformation and mostly concentration on the DAX and the data visualization and Power BI service. Okay. So first we are going to introduction for the Power BI. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, Kalyan. Yes, Kalyan, yes.
I think the screen is recording or off. Yes.
Recording in progress.
Yes. So in this session we cover like these are the topics. So for the Power BI installation, it's required to go for the Microsoft Store. So recommended for to install Power BI desktop. So here you can type Power BI. Because whatever the updates are coming every month, it's automatically if you see that you will see that Power BI and Power BI desktop. You can select Power BI desktop and you can install that. Once that is done, it will open like file this like this. Okay, here if you see that right, report and the data view and the modeling. So I'm just loading the data, one of the sample Superstore data. I'm just loading that.
Okay, this Superstore US 2015 file will be provided from Power
No,
BI, right?
no. I just downloaded the data. Power BI did not provide like any default any default data set. I just downloaded from the
Okay.
Google itself.
Hmm. Okay.
Once the data load is done, then I will show you like these are the options, like how we can go for the options.
Okay.
Somewhere my temporary files got freeze. Give me 1 second. Somewhere a file got loaded. రాజా క్లాస్ జాయిన్ అవుతారా? ఓకే ఓకే. So meanwhile, I will show you that Power BI ecosystem. Now the data got loaded here, and if you see that this is called as data report view, in the sense view, it will show like what are the visualizations we created in this window. And if you select this window, it will showcase like data view. In our tablet, it's something like data source page, right? Here, if you see that whatever the tables is coming, it will showcase all the data, and this will come under the modeling page. If I have like two tables, I need to connect between those two tables like this. So before going to these options, right, I'll show you that Power BI ecosystem. Under this, we have like Power BI desktop and Power BI service. I think somewhere my system got a little bit slow.
It's fine.
Power BI service, and next one is called as Power BI mobile. Power BI reporting server and Power BI. Power BI embedded. So these are the Power BI ecosystems. Like in Tableau, right, we have a Tableau desktop and Tableau server, Tableau reader. Like this, we have a called as Power BI desktop and Power BI service. If you, whenever the Power BI desktop, in the sense, it will whatever the development work we did that in Power BI desktop. In Power BI service, in the sense, we are publishing into the dashboards or reports into the Power BI service. This is called as Power BI service. And Power BI mobile, in the sense, it will whatever the reports we can see in mobile also. Power BI reporting server in something like it's a pro license based server. In Tableau kind of thing, Power BI service is called as Power BI online. Power BI reporting service, in the sense, Power BI server. But here in our environments, most of the things we are using in Power BI service only.
So it's a cloud service.
Yeah, it's a cloud service.
Okay.
And Power BI embedded, in the sense, it's a integrated between that Azure services and some of the report dashboards through mobile and web by using this Power BI embedded. these are the ecosystem for that. When we talk about that options, right? When we talk about the first option, so this is something like get connect in the sense our data source connection. If you see that here the Excel workbook and different type of data sets is available, and when we talk about the more here, you will see that lot of options to load the data into the Power BI itself. Somewhere my system got little bit slow, I think, because Power BI itself is taking use memory space in the RAM itself.
Okay, just now I also installed the Power BI, which is asking mail ID. Okay, so it is not
Uh,
taking personal ID.
it's not required to install the mail ID for Power BI install. Go to this one and you just try to install that here.
Okay.
Have you logged into Microsoft Store from your mail ID or something like that? Here also
Maybe.
it's not required for to sign in that. For
Okay.
Power BI service is required for that organization mail ID. That we have some workaround on that also. Instead of that, we're
Okay.
providing the Genpact ID. We can use our one more mail ID kind of thing.
Okay. Okay. So coming to these right ecosystem or maybe products, we have power apps like that, or it's
Power
related to
Apps
Power
and Power
BI.
Automate is like different apps. Because
Okay.
yeah, because Power Apps is something like if you see that Power Apps, this is a separate concept and
Okay.
it's not allocated in Power BI. It's something like some UX kind of thing that I will show you in the coming sessions. So if you see that right here, when we talk about the file, you will see that Excel and some of the JSON files. And when we talk about the databases here, where my screen, two recordings happen. Can you give me 1 second? I'm just stopping the sharing. Give me 1 second. Are you able to see the screen? Yeah, here when I talk about the databases, we have like SQLs and AWS, Amazon Redshift, and the Power BI platform in essence is something like Power BI. In Tableau, we are loading into the server, right? Sometimes data sets. Uh, Similar kind of there is a call as Power BI data sets and Power BI data flows, and there is a call as Azure. Okay, whatever the like Azure, we can connect Azure Database and Azure SQL also. Hello.
Yes, Kalyan.
Yeah. So here when we talk about the databases, right, we will see that like Oracle and PostgreSQL, some of the Teradata, these kind of options are available in this database platform. When we talk about the Power Platform, it will indicate like Power BI dataset. In Tableau, right, we are just loading into the server sometimes dataset, right? Similar kind of we just load into the Power BI service and we just connect the Power BI data sets. And when we talk about the Azure, right, we have called as like Azure Databricks and Azure Data, SQL storage and block storage kind of thing. And online services like we can connect through SharePoint or something Facebook kind of thing, some of the Google stores. Like this, if you share some of the SharePoint and RScripts, we can connect. There are a lot of options are available in that data source connectivity. And here data hub in the sense it will show only the Power BI platform sets. Here Excel workbook they are providing separate and SQL Server is providing separate. And enter data in the sense we are manually enter the value for those. One second, here we just created like a column as separately. Like this, we can create a separate manual table for that. So it will store under the table itself.
Okay, this one is instead of connecting directly here we can
Yeah,
and we can
yeah. Instead of the connecting, sometimes we can use the manual thing, right? Sometimes we can use some of the static data.
okay.
So when we talk about, we can create something like parameter. We are entering the static data, right? Similar kind of
Yes,
here, we just enter the manual data instead of the connecting those.
got it.
And this one, recent data source, whatever the connected we data source, right? This one, whatever the data sets we connected in the past recent, it will show all the list of the connections. And transform data that I will explain in the next class, because this will take like one of the session, because when you use the transform data, it will go for the another window. This is called as Power Query editor. This in this Power Query editor, we can do all the data transformation, like changing data structures and merging the queries and adding the new column or deleting the column. Also, we can do that all the transformation in the Power Query editor.
Okay.
So, one second. So, if you see that what are the tables is connected, it will show all the tables. And if you see that here, there is a call as apply steps. Whatever you are doing the steps. For example, I am changing this one to fixed decimal. It will change here one more step. Replace the current. Now, when I change it to percentage, you see that add a new step. See that there is a call as one more changes happen like this. Even not only whatever you created, like if I created a duplicate this column, it will create one more step that is called as duplicate column. And here, if you see that there is a query. This is called as mQuery language. mQuery, this is internal Power BI query language. So when I just use that, right, you will see that like which table we are connecting and what are the headers it is showing in that field, and what are the steps is he added. So I just added like duplicate column, one of the step it added here. Now I just want to create like one more duplicate column or any, just removing the column. See that it will showcase like removing the columns. Even in the query editor level also, you can see that remove the other columns. Like this, we can create this. This will come under like 1 or 2 sessions to see the data transformation, data cleansing.
Okay.
So here, new visual in the sense it will plot the new sheet. So here, if you notice, right, x-axis and y-axis, we just adding this field. Now here, if you see that there are different charts are available. Like in Tableau, right, we are manually creating donut charts and those things, right? Here, that is not required for to create a like manually for it. It's a default charts which is available.
Okay.
I'm just adding the shift mode here instead of the full data. Now you see that it's automatically created. Here like stacked bar and line charts and ribbon charts and for dual axis charts. If the meeting ID got disconnected, can you please rejoin this meeting?
Yeah.
So here also in Tableau we are creating dual axis. Right? Here there is a called as line and stacked column chart. We in that column we need to add like those options that I will explain in the chart section. And when we talk about the text box, right, it will create like one of the text box here to insert title or kind of thing. So
Okay.
here you see that these are the text box here. When we talk about the more visual, right, we can download from different data source here to get more visuals. That is called as Power BI App Store. In Tableau is something like the extensions, the dashboard extensions. Similar kind of we have like chart extensions like App Store.
Okay.
This will require for that our organization mail IDs or any working mail ID. So that I will show you like after that how to create that. So you can see that here different charts available. So here it's showing like filters. These are the filter slices are available in Tableau filters. In Power BI there is a color slicer. So here if you see that the KPI charts and some of the gauge charts and KPI charts. And when we talk about the map, right, there are different types of maps are available. These are the custom charts. We can download that, and we can download the waterfall chart also. So it will take some time. So similar kind of new measure and kick measure that I will explain that calculate DAX. So if you see that right here, there is a call as new page, and I'm just clicking the blank page. It will create a new page, new pages here. A number of pages we can create that.
Okay.
And question Q&A is something like our AI kind of thing. In the Tableau server, right, we have a call as AI, right? When we type that particular state wise, like it will come the different. So it will identify that in the sheet level. It will show that whether it is maximum or minimum sales. Just showing that maximum discount. it will show that what is the maximum value, maximum discount for those. Similar kind of, we have like a number. Sorry. So when we talk about the orders, right, it will pick the data based upon the data sets and it will identify the results. Sorry. And key influence is something like some of the kind of chart only. Here, if it's a key influence, this is something like chart to showcase like and these are the power apps and power automate is different concept. And when we talk about the text box, just enter the text box here. And similar way buttons. Button in the sense here, if we can see that left and right arrows, or we can create a blank button and we can add that in the blank button some kind of text. So if you see that the button text will so here you can see that I'm just using that. So it will show, sorry. One second, there is a folder style. Okay. So if you see that that options got changed in the newer version. And here we can add the text and we can increase that font and style also. And here this is something like we can create a navigations button in Tableau. This kind of buttons we can use it here. So let me fill that portion different color. So I'm just showing that these are the options why we are using. There is a call as shape. Okay. In the shape we just added like on the top of the dashboard. We can use that banner kind of thing. So here what I'm trying to do that I'm changing the color here. I'm gray color. And here I'm just adding that one of the sample dashboard. So what I'm trying to do that I'm just keeping this here and I'm changing this color of the title. So here I'm just removing the background of so if you see the properties or effect, you can see the background. I'm just removing the background and I'm just keeping that area. And I can remove the border here. In the effect reshape there is a call as borders, shadow visual border, I think. So now you can see that it's a banner is coming. And also I can use this one as a buttons. Here I can use that navigation buttons. So I just created a button. So here the advantage is like we can directly copy and paste that buttons. And we can change the title here. Like this. And here how to put the navigation in the sense there is a call as action. We can use the page navigation to go for the page 1 to page 2 like this. So in the desktop level we need to press Control to go for that page 1. Now see that the page is going. So and here I can use that there are different options are available, like left arrow, right arrow. These are the new feature added in this one. If you see that, right, here the dashboard, instead of the buttons, right, the new feature is added. Instead of the buttons, we just use that navigation, page navigator. So what happened in the page navigator, whatever the pages is available, it automatically created, and I am just selecting that page 3. In the workbook, we need to put the control. It will go for the page 3. And I'm just selecting the page 1. It will go for the page 1. This is the new option is added in the latest version. In the before like older versions, we don't have any navigations also. For example, when I click these actions, right, in the previous we don't have any this page navigations also. We have only bookmarks. Okay.
Okay. So this one, right? This one based on your
Vijay chapter.
Recording in progress.
Are you able to see the screen?
yes, Kalyan.
Okay. Kala, you're asking something on that.
Yes. So what I'm asking is, right now we have created 5 pages, so that 5 navigators are created. Okay.
Yes, I just created like new one. It's added. See that.
So it's side by side, right? Page 1 to page 2, page 2 to page 3, and anywhere you have clicked, it will go to that. That's it.
Yes, yes.
So if I want to go from page 2 to page 5, then again I need to go for button or something, right?
So that time what we need to do? We need to keep that same structure like in the page file, right? I'm just creating that same navigation here. It will create those options.
Okay.
Because anyway, when we put the navigations, we need to keep that in the same pages, right? So in workbook level,
Yes.
sorry, in workbook level, we need to press Control to go for the control and click. Then only it will go for that pages.
Anyway, we have actions, right?
Yes, yes.
Go from one.
Yeah. Instead of this, right? Because this is a new added. What I'm instead of this one, we can use like these are the buttons, and we can go for the actions. Because somewhere, right, we have like static values, right? The buttons will be static, right? Yeah, and also here it's called as image. Here we can load it like different images here. Here we can use the different images, and here there is a call as scaling like fit and fill. This one modeling, this will cover under transform data. This modeling concept, and here this is called as page layout. If you see the fit width, you see that the width got fixed, but its scrolling is coming. And if you see the actual size, you will see that a bigger value. It's something like a zoom in, zoom out kind of thing. And when we use the mobile layout, this report will go under the mobile. See that the mobile layout is coming back. These are the mobile layout. In the mobile layout, we can use that. These are the options like where the banner is coming like this. We can use that. We can create that mobile app like these buttons. Like this, we can create like that. And here, if you see that there is a call as grid lines. When we use the grid lines, it will come the grid lines. Snap to grid is also something like it will automatically pick the value. And the lock objects in the sense, for example, here I'm just keeping this value. Now it is moving, right? When I use the lock objects, this object will won't move the value. It won't move that right and bottom or anywhere.
Okay.
It got fit. And here there is no concept of like containers as tiled or tiled. Here everything is a floating only. And when we remove the filters, if you see that the filter pane is gone, remove, and similar kind of visualizations and bookmarks, it added like these are the options. This will explain in the formatting per class. You will see that what are the bookmarks and what is the use of these selections and those things. And here there is a call as slicer. So I will show you the slicer. Here there is a call as filter. Okay. Here I am just using the filter called as category or region, anything. Okay. Now if you see that there is a call as list. Okay. I'm just showing the bigger value. So here I'm using the drop down or list anything. We can showcase the drop down. And in the settings page, we can see that multi select or single select. by default it will be added like multi-select with control. So I'm just using the first one is central, and if I want to use the second one is the multi-select, use the control. So by default I'm just ignoring this also. So here what happened, the string slicer. So I want to use this filter in page 2, page 3. Okay, I'm just using the control C, or we can use the copy here and we can directly paste it here. And while pasting, it will ask that whether it is sync or don't sync. If I use the sync, right, if I use the sync, whatever the value, change it in the page 2. It will sync that in page 3 also. Okay, now what is the use of sync slicer? Okay, in the view page, there is a called as sync slicer. Okay, here if you notice, right, the sync is happening in page 2, page 3. If I want to in page 5 also, I'm just clicking the page 5. You can see that the sync is happening. So in page 4 I don't have any slicer. So here I just selected, in page 5 I just created. So I don't want to see the value. So if you see that here page 4 is added, but sometimes what happened, the filter is also available in the page 2 also. So what we need to do, that we need to just remove that here, but the syncing is happening here. There is no value for the slicer. If I keep the slicer here, you can see that these are the options. We can control that filter in different pages. In our Tableau, right, we have a call as selected sheets, right? Similar kind of option we can use it here. And here we can group it also. We can use the group name also, like whatever the sync name, right, that we can create also. And next one, when we select any one of the button or anything, you will see that format and drill down option. Format and drill down, it indicates, for example, I'm taking one of the example to showcase that. So I have a ship mode and I have a sales. So I'm just creating different chart here. I'm just copy and paste that. I'm instead of the ship mode, I'm just selecting the region. Okay. So by default in Power BI, every chart will be interactive. So I'm just selecting the west. You can see that whatever the highlighted option is showing, that is called as west. This is called as highlighted. Okay. So what I'm trying to do, that I don't want to select that. When I select the region, I don't want to select filter the data for here. So what I'm trying to do, that in the formatted shape there is a call as edit interactions. If you see that when I select the edit interactions, you will see that 3 options are available. One is called as none, this is called as highlighted, and this is called as filter. I'm just selecting the filter. Now if you see that the filter is happening, in the previous what happened, highlighted is happening. Now it is filtering. Now I don't want to go for that filtering. Now there is no interaction between those two charts. Not only this one, we can use that even even any value we can use that filter also. We can use the slicer. We can stop the interactivity. Now I am selecting the west region. Now you can see that only west region is coming. Now I don't want to filter those chart. So I just selected and just keep that none. Now you see that the filter won't work for those sheets, those charts. Like this. And here bring friend in the sense, for example, here I'm just creating this the page 2. We created some of the shapes, right? So here when we talk about my font is coming front. No, I don't want to font. I can hide the font. So I just select that. I just bring the front. Now what happened? The chart got the text won't, but the back end the text is there. So we can use the bring front and bring like these options.
Okay. Can we see the hierarchy of the objects? Yeah, like in Tableau, we can see in left panel, right?
Sorry.
In layout. Can we see the?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you select the any chart, any particular shape or any button, right, you will see the format, right? This is called as layout in Tableau. We can see that shape format, either it is rectangular or rounded corner.
Oh.
Also, we can keep that. For example, I am taking one of the shape. So let me take this one. So in the shape, I can use that shape as rounded corners also. If you see that the corners is happening,
Yeah.
directly created like corners, and we can use that. There's a different shapes also is provided in heart shape like this. These are different shapes are available like pill. And the rectangular, rounded rectangular, there is a call as rounded rectangular. Only the edges like based upon that. The different options are available. Pill means it will directly rounded as like exactly rounded with that options. And also rotations, we can use that different rotations.
Okay.
And in the general, right, we have some property, and we can use that properties. This one is the exposition and acquisitions also. Here, if you see the horizontal, I'm using the 0 position. Now see that the position is coming. I'm just using 120. In our Tableau, we have a called x coordinate and what exposition and y position to see that. And different affections are available. And when we talk about drill down and drill through, this one when we enable the charts, right, that we can see the drill down and drill through. So if I want to use that this one to this one, so there is a call as drill through here. We can pass the drill through value. 1 second. And I'm instead of the region, I'm just using the small here. Now when I add this x-axis, one more label, if you see that there is a call as up arrow and down arrow. Based upon the up and down arrow, you can go for that full hierarchy also. Here if you see that, it will show like full hierarchy. And right click, we can go for the drill through. Drill up. This is new feature is added, I think. In the previous, what we can do, there is option called as drill down, and there is a call as. So here I can directly select drill down. It will go for the next page. Inside only we can go for that. See that? Just right clicking, drilling up. There is a call as drill through. Drill through indicates, for example, here in the drill through section we can use that one more field. Here we can drag that field, and now you can see that it's not showing right. Somewhere the option got changed for drill through. That I will check and I will update in next class. So most of the we are using these are the functions, and in Power BI we have called as two types of calculations. Okay, one is called as created calculated column. It will create like some of the dimensions level data. Any doubts on this one?
So far, no.
So I'm just stopping sharing.